All right, now we're going to look at an example of today's work. So you can see we've got this piecewise function graphed here, and we've got a few problems down below at the bottom we're going to work on. All right, so the first one, number 1 there, it says find the limit of f of x as x approaches -5 from the left. So here's -5. So that means we're coming in from the left. All right, we're not worried about where it is at exactly -5, but as we're getting ever so closer to -5 from the left, it looks like it's approaching towards 2. All right. Now, number 2, right below it. Let's find the limit of x approaching -5 from the right. So as x is approaching -5 from the right, you can see again, we're getting really, really close to 2. Right. So, what about number 3 then? That's just a simple limit. As x approaches 5 from either direction, all right, since numbers 1 and 2 matched, that means we don't need the plus or minus sign there. All right. Now, what is the value of the function at -2? Well, it's actually 1. It's this dot. It's discontinuous because the value of the function is different than the value of the limit. So it's discontinuous at -5. All right, let's look at the next little section here, number 11 in the middle. Find the limit of f of x as x approaches 0. So we just want to know what's happening as x is approaching 0 from the left and from the right. Looks like it's approaching 6. Now, what is the actual value of f of 0 at 6? Or sorry, f of 0, well, it's actually 6. Well, since the limit is the same as the actual function value, we know that the graph is continuous at x equals 0. All right, so what about the one underneath of it? That one says we want the limit of f of x is approaching 1 from the left. So again, here's 1. We're approaching it from the left. So that would be this spot right here, answer of 7. Okay, let's jump over and try another one. How about number 21 there? What's the limit of the function as x approaches 4 from the left? So again, we got to find where 4 is. There's 4. We're approaching it from the left. Looks like we're getting really close to 1 as we're approaching it from that direction. Well, what about as x approaches 4 from the right? Well, from the right, as x is approaching 4, that's down here, down at -4. All right, so then what would you say about the limit as x approaches 4? All right, well, since it's a completely different answer from the left and from the right, this would be discontinuous at 4. So we don't have a limit except for the left and right limit. So we don't always have to have a limit from both sides. So again, a little bit awkward on that one. So again, if it's a different number from the left and from the right, then it's discontinuous at that point. We don't have necessarily a limit. It's different numbers as you approached 4. So again, as we approached 4 from the left and 4 from the right, we were getting different results. So again, that's a good way to know that the graph is discontinuous at that spot. So the limit as x approaches just 4 on its own, again, it's discontinuous. So that's a kind of a weird style of answer. All right, this is what your work looks like today. Just do your best on it. Let me know if you need any help.